Welcome and welcome back. I'm Mary here and I'm sharing with you guys my top tips for navigating the thrift store. 1. Empty your car before you go, just in case. You have no idea what you might find and you need all the space you can get. Make sure you have a blanket in the car. Like I said, you don't know what you're gonna end up getting. You don't know if it's gonna be dirty, dusty, if you need to wrap it, if it's gonna have glass so it doesn't hit something else and break. A blanket is key. Clothes that are easy to take off and back on. No overly complicated straps, no jumpsuits, no excessive buttons. It's a mistake, trust me. Shoes that slip on and off. If you want to try on shoes, trust me, and I love me an ankle strap. Hands-free bag, whether it's a tote bag, a messenger bag, a shoulder bag, or a crossbody. You need your hands free for shopping. In the dreadful case that there's no dressing room at the thrift store, you can always use a long skirt to create your own personal dressing room. Speaking of dressing rooms, always check the merchandise that just came out that maybe didn't fit somebody well enough, that has already been kind of picked through. Sometimes the best stuff is there, just waiting for you. If something's really good, carry it around with you. Don't leave it there. Trust me. And if you have to take it to the front, hide it behind the register. You don't need any looky-loos swooping up your goodness. And if it's really, really good and you bought it and had to leave it there for some reason, get back soon. You never know. Someone could lift that sold tag. There could be a new person working, and just like that, poof, your prize is gone. Someone else has something really good that you want. Don't let on. I just kind of silently stalk and watch and see if they put it back so I can hopefully swoop in when they do and grab it. Because nothing makes you want something more than someone else having it, and the same thing for them. Nothing makes them want it more if they know that you want it too. If you're feeling overwhelmed, I recommend looking around furniture and glassware first. It kind of gets your confidence up a little bit, and if you find a couple good things, it gives you a reason to keep going. For furniture, I always look at the lines. You can paint it if it's in bad shape, but you have to make sure it's worth it. If it's wobbly, it's probably not. If it needs a lot of upholstery work, it's probably not. If it's caning that's ripped, it's probably not. It depends on how cheap it is and how much of an investment you're willing to put into it. Search off season. So winter is a great time to find really cute 501s, little silk dresses, and summer is a great time to buy cashmere. You have to think about what people are getting rid of that they haven't worn for a while and what people aren't looking for, so you can find the really good stuff if you're willing to wait a little bit longer to wear it. And the same goes for thrifting out of town. When I went to Denver, I scored on cashmere, down, fur, boots, ski stuff, snowboarding stuff that we just don't have here. Even thrift stores have sales. At the Goodwill, a lot of times it's a color that lasts every week, but always ask the salesperson at the front because I guarantee you, furniture, something is on sale. You have to know these things while you're looking. And always be extra nice to the cashier. As they say, flattery will get you everywhere, and this is no exception. They have the power to negotiate, to give you deals if a price tag's not on it, to overlook it for you, and also it's just kind of nice to be nice to people. I always look for names of stuff, like on the bottom of stuff, if it's, artwork, whatever. You can always Google and find out exactly what it is. It might even be cooler than you realize. Since you're gonna be doing so much Googling, make sure your phone has a charge. If you have a car, make sure you have a car charger, because nothing is worse than not being able to Snapchat. Not being able to Google what you're looking for. And I don't always like to dig. Sometimes I'm really into digging, sometimes I'm not. You have to find that balance where you're really looking and looking for everything that you could see without missing stuff and knowing there are more thrift stores in the sea. Some people say they never find anything at the thrift store, and I think it's because it's a numbers game. This is hit and miss, and it's not always a hit. The more often you go, the less digging you have to do, and just your chances go up. Plus, you get to know the salespeople and they'll hook you up too. And if you see someone pushing out a rack or a new cart, go over there. It's everything that's brand new from the back, and they bring stuff out all day long, every day at the thrift store. You never know what you might find. And some people say that thrift store items smell. I say don't buy smelly thrift store items, okay? I really don't. If it's a little stinky, moving on. You might never get that smell out. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean you need to own everything. Even at the thrift store, you need to have discretion, because after all, you want to go back tomorrow. Remember the jewelry case. You never know what you can find in there, and sometimes it's really easy to overlook it. There's all kinds of fun little baubles that can be had. An ultimate score is when you are looking around the thrift store and you see like, oh my gosh, this is my size, I really like it. Oh my gosh, this is my size, I really like it. Then you think, oh my gosh, one person probably donated all this. So then you start looking everywhere for the stuff that they donated because they're your size and you guys have the same taste. With thrifting, you never know what you might find, so you do have to keep an open mind. But if you find a white t-shirt that's in pristine condition, that is a score and a half because it's almost always have blemishes. Rugs are also sometimes really hard to come by, so you really got to make sure, unroll it completely, see what it's sort of made of and what's wrong with it. But if you find something like that in really good condition, buy it. And I try to keep baby wipes in the car at all times. It's good for just everything with the dog, you never know, but also your hands, ew. So it's good to have disinfectant or baby wipes just to clean off in between stores. Thrifting and kind of junking in general is definitely a family tradition for me. And my aunt used to always say that everyone quotes, gold is where you find it. And what it means is you can't judge where you're gonna find something. You can't always dismiss something. You can't always say never or always say always. You never know where it is. So remember, when you're going to the thrift store, gold is where you find it. And finally, the most important rule of all, first rule of thrifting, you don't talk about thrifting, or you don't talk about what thrift stores you found your really good stuff at, because it's kind of like Fight Club, and if it's really good, don't blast it to the world on YouTube. And you know what? Have fun. Don't take yourself so seriously. I think that there's so many fun things you can find, so many really cool DIY projects. Ultimately, like, I feel like it's just democratizing. Like, anyone can find anything at any price and you just don't know what you can get. And to me, the treasure hunt is the most fun part of all. And I just love finding cool things that I never even knew that I wanted and made my life complete. So I hope you guys had fun. If you're an avid thrifter, let me know where you are and where you like to thrift and maybe your best thrift store find. And I love you guys so much. I hope this was inspiring and maybe you'll hit up a thrift store sometime too. I'll see you next time. Subscribe, like this video, and share if you feel like it. Love you guys. Bye.